Hey guys, Josh here with Flashover Welding. So one of the things I wanted to do today was to make my first IGTV video. With that being said, the purpose of these videos is to really share what knowledge I have with anybody that's willing to listen. A majority of my followers on Facebook and Instagram really don't have much of a background in welding and fabrication, most of which are from the fire service. So most of you guys are mechanically inclined, want to start learning how to weld. I've been asked multiple times to teach people how to weld, and I can kind of go through some of that in the future, but the purpose of these videos is to kind of share tips and tricks that I've learned down the road as far as welding and fabrication. When I originally started my business, I really wanted to go back into contract welding for myself. Bought my own truck, my own Lincoln, rigged it out, put all the tools on it, and then I found myself really inundated with fire service based welding. Whether it's making forcible entry doors or tools or whatever. So far it's been great, but I've also gotten a lot of questions from people on how I do certain things, and I find that a lot of people in, whether it be the welding industry or the fire service, a lot of people hoard information because they want to know more than you. They want to make you look dumb, and they just want to keep that information, or they're just not really good teachers. So I'm not saying that I'm a great teacher. I'm not saying that I'm a great welder or fabricator. So I do this part-time, but with that being said, I started welding a long time ago. I've recently got back into it. So some of the things I'm starting to do, I'm kind of starting to come around to, and things are jogging my memory. So one of the things that I was dealing with tonight is I'm doing a very large gate project, and it has intermittent spacing. So when you try to do the calculations for intermittent spacing, you don't try to do, so say that you have 4 posts that need to go between 2 posts. So you have 2 ends, and then you have 4 posts that need to go in. You don't do the calculation for, say it's 100 inches, okay? You don't calculate divided by 4. You divide it by the spacing, not the posts. And that makes a huge difference, because if you do it by the post, you're going to end up with it being uneven on one of the sides. And when you pull that measurement, you're just going to get to center. So after the fact, when you pull your measurement, say if you get centered and you have 2-inch tubing, you can go on 1 inch on each side, and then you should be good. So with that being said, I'm going to show you one of the projects that I'm working on tonight. This is for a client. It's a very large gate for a fireman. For their kind of residential property they're building on it. But with that being said, I'm going to show you kind of what I did in the layout and how I got to it. So right here, so I have 141 and a half inches from that end to this end. And so you run the math, and it comes out to roughly 33 3/8. So I have three stars that have to go in. So, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps. So I'm going to do 141 and a half divided by 4, and then that's going to give me my spacing. So it comes out to roughly 33 3/8, and then the middle I think came out to 70 3/4. So hopefully that gives you a little indication on how to do spacing. And this really applies to whether you're doing fence posts, like you're trying to do tubing, you're trying to hang gates, really anything that you have to do with spacing, and you're putting smaller items between the two. So anyways, I hope this gives you some clarification. So with that being said, DM me if you have any more video ideas. I'm going to try to post some. I think my next is going to be how to weld bolt heads on and weld around bolts without warping the bolt, and how to protect the threads using a torch, specifically the soot, putting the soot on the bolt itself. So anyways, with that being said, let me know.